Hey guys, this is Chris Wheel and you're watching The Shift, presented by murphysmagic.com.
What up, family? Welcome back once again to The Shift. So glad to be here. Today we're taking the shift outside, and for no other reason than in about a week's time from now, this place is going to be covered in white snow, and there will be no time for this type of filming. So I decided to take advantage of the weather while it lasted. As you can see, this is the great outdoors, Canada, nice and frosty. Trees look dead. This week we got a pretty cool show for you guys. We're looking at two products once again. We're going to start off with Joe Rindfleisch's Rubber Exchange. It's a download, and then we'll move on to Unbound by Darryl Davis, the gimmickless invisible deck. Before we do that, let's announce the winner of last week's contest, and the winner of that is Madison Hagler. Madison sent us a message, facebook.com/Murphy's Magic Supplies, and we'll send that out to you ASAP. To win this week's contest, once again, simply like this video and comment below what you thought of the products and or the episode, and I will choose one lucky winner to take these prizes home next week. Good luck. All right, folks, so let's start off with a quick performance of Rubber Exchange by Joe Rindfleisch. Here's my take on it, here's my performance of it, and we'll talk about it after this. So the name of the game is What Color is the X? And here's how it goes. I make an X with a rubber band, and you have to tell me what color is it. Is it purple or is it yellow? See, I can never tell whether it's purple or yellow. Must be something funny going on. I guess we'll never know. So that was Rubber Exchange, basically an impromptu rubber band transposition effect. Joe Rindfleisch is a master and genius at rubber band magic. If you don't know of his stuff, he's been putting out a lot of content recently in the form of downloads. These quick downloads, these visual effects can be done impromptu with rubber bands. And his rubber bands, might I add, are worth getting. If you check him out, I'll see if I can find the link and I'll leave it below. They're really worth getting. He sent me a pack of these, and since then I don't want to use any other rubber bands. They're perfect for any effect. So basically, the video that I wanted to do the setup and the performance in front of you within 15 seconds, because I wanted you guys to see how easy it was to get into this and how fooling it is to do this. This is it's become my absolute favorite rubber band effect. I don't perform that much rubber band magic just because I'm a card guy. I do have a lot of knowledge in rubber bands and I do use them quite a bit, but my main focus is cards. But I always love having rubber bands on me. That being said, this is just a cool thing. Now, is this more magical than it is a puzzle? I can't tell because I'm a magician, right? But I think to lay audiences, it depends on how it's presented or how it's perhaps seen. I think some people will see this more as a puzzle, which they're going to try and figure out, but I think that's up to the performer to come up with a presentation that doesn't lead them down the path of this is a puzzle. And I don't know what that presentation is yet, but I look forward to looking into it and making it that. Difficulty level, super easy, super visual. I mean, everything happens in front of them. It's literally one of the easiest rubber band effects, but also one of the most fooling. So I definitely highly recommend it, especially for the price. Check it out as a download, Joe Rindfleisch's Rubber Exchange. Next up, we're looking at a Murphy's Magic original production in Unbound, the gimmickless invisible deck by Darryl Davis. Check out the trailer, and we'll talk about it after this.
I'm gonna show you a bunch of cards. I want you to just think of one that you see, okay? Don't think of the 5 of clubs, that's on the bottom, that's easy. So any other one but that you see, go ahead. Okay. You got one? Yep. For sure? And you could have thought of any of these, right? Now I'm not gonna ask you any questions about these cards. I'm not gonna ask if it's red or black or high or low. Yep. You ever have somebody really get inside your head before? This might freak you out a little bit. Really. Okay, all right. Watch. I'm even give it a mix so I don't even have the general idea of where your card could possibly be. And you didn't forget your card, did you, AJ?
Nope, I got it.
You got it, okay. Now for the very first, before I even ask you, watch, let's do something weird. We're gonna take it out, and we're gonna reverse it and put it right back in the center, magically. I haven't asked you anything.
No.
For the first time, what is the name of your card?
Jack of Diamonds.
That was Unbound. So Darryl Davis shot this, I think, last year, and this is his take on the gimmickless invisible deck. Now, there are cameos or an appearance where he talks to Alan Ackerman, which also had an effect which utilized this principle. Darryl then added to that, but I also believe that Elmsley had some work on this. I also, who else? I think Simon Aronson also had work on this. So this is something that isn't new, but definitely worth the release. I think if you're into obtaining this type of effect using purely just slights, I think this is definitely interesting for you. So on this DVD, you not only get the explanation how to do the gimmickless invisible deck, but you also get several other variations and handlings, all of which are pretty cool. Now, don't be mistaken, this will take practice. This is not something you're going to buy and going to be able to do as easy as the invisible deck. If you're comfortable using the invisible deck and you like it and you have pocket space, use it by all means, it's fine. But if you're looking to just add something to your repertoire, a little bit more knowledge, this is very knowledgeable, and it's exciting to know the principle behind it. So once you know that, you can apply that to many different things, but it will take practice. This is not an impromptu invisible deck, although he teaches a variation, but I wouldn't call that an invisible deck variation. It's not exactly the guidelines that invisible deck has. Invisible deck, you name a card, the box is open, the card's reversed. Simple as that. So there are a few extra steps here, which makes it a little bit more complex than an invisible deck. In the setup version, this is the version that's not impromptu, but is gimmickless. It is a setup, and they can't name any card, and the procedures are a little bit different. However, the effect for the spectator, I believe, is probably still the same. So all in all, production value is stellar, obviously, and I think the teaching is really good. Darryl is really funny at times, so he's fun to watch, fun to listen to, and the cameos and the appearances by Alan Ackerman, and it's just great. So the whole DVD is really fun to watch. You do get a lot of knowledge. You're not paying for a half-hour DVD. There's a lot. There's over 2 hours of knowledge here, so definitely check it out. This is Unbound by Darryl Davis. So that's it for this week, guys. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a safe and happy weekend for what's left of it, and we'll catch you guys next Sunday. Peace out.